We'll have Cody Gakpo and then we'll have the manager, Vinny.
Cody, good to see you. First of all, tell us what it meant to you to score your first goal for Liverpool in a Merseyside derby and then to follow that up with the goal in such an important game as well against Newcastle United. What difference has it made in terms of how you're settling in? What difference has it made even to your own confidence at the moment?
Yeah, of course, it's a great feeling to score your first goal. Knowing that it was a really important game for us, and it was a Merseyside derby. So yeah, that was a good way to open the scoring account. And then follow it up with the goal against Newcastle. I think that game was really important for us to show that we are, we had a difficult period, but that we are climbing back from that, and that we are eager to perform and to keep doing better.
Obviously, you've experience of Champions League, you've experienced a World Cup as well, but just how ready do you feel to step up now and face a side like Real Madrid in a last 16 tie, and given the history between these two clubs, of course, as well, and what's being said in the dressing room even, given Liverpool's history with Real Madrid in two finals and, of course, in the knockout phase in 2021?
Yeah, I think we as a team, we are ready. We want to perform this game. We want to win, especially at home. We want to go through to the next round, so we have to be ready. And I think everybody also wants to be ready. So I think we are ready for it.
How would you sum up then the belief in the dressing room, particularly when you look at the position in the Premier League table now and the chance still to qualify for the Champions League next season through a top four finish?
Yeah, what I just said before, we had a difficult period, but then we won 2 games in a row, and then it's normal that the confidence is coming back, and I think we are really confident now, and we are keep working hard and trying to improve and stay and keep winning games.
Mike.
Hi, Cody. I mean, you haven't been at Liverpool for that long, but can you sense in the past couple of weeks, with the past couple of results and the victories, that things feel maybe a little bit different?
Yeah, I think it's normal. I think when you're a football player, you want to win games, and if that's not happening, there's another atmosphere than if you win games. So, of course, when you start winning games, there will be a different atmosphere. But yeah, we just try to keep positive and try to, what I said, improve in every aspect we can, and keep getting good results.
Yeah, that down to the confidence, and I understand that, but can you sense an added intensity in the past couple of matches that's begun to help to get you the results?
Yes, I think the games we won, we played a better game than the games before, and then the result is the outcome of maybe the more intensity we had in the game and stuff like that. But it's on us now to keep that intensity to keep winning the games.
And how difficult in a tie against somebody like Real Madrid, fabulous record domestically and in European competition, who've got a style of play where on occasions they're quite happy to let you have the ball, and you know they hit you on the counter. There's so much at stake in this, isn't there? Even though it's only the first leg.
Yeah, I think it's a knockout phase, so there's a lot at stake. But we want to prove and we want to show that we are a good team and that we are there again. So yeah, we have to perform in this game and try to win it at home and try to win it away.
Carl.
Hi, Cody. You moved here in January. I'm just wondering what have you found has been the biggest challenge for you?
Yeah, of course you have to adapt to a new environment, a new league, a new country. So I think personally it's a lot to adapt to, and that's I think the biggest challenge.
There's not one specific thing that you found the most difficult to adapt to?
No, I'm the kind of person, the total package is really important, so then when that's okay, then I feel better.
And what help have you received from the dressing room? Obviously, you know some people in that dressing room, so how has that helped you?
Yeah, to be honest, my teammates are amazing. From day one, they help me to settle in as quick as possible. Yeah, the whole club is amazing. Everybody is nice to me, so trying to help me in every way they can, and yeah, so I'm really grateful for that.
And you don't have a huge amount of Champions League football, so just wondering how you're feeling about this, playing in this competition.
Yeah, it's gonna be my second game in the Champions League, so I'm really looking forward to it.
You confident you can make that sort of step up? You've played at the World Cup, so you assume the level is sort of something you can cope with.
Yeah, I have to prove that I can perform at such level again, and yeah, I'm eager to do that.
Any more? Gentleman behind, then Juliet.
Hi, Cody. Looking back at Liverpool, from when you arrived to where you are right now, what do you think has changed? Is it just a matter of winning games, or there's something that you're doing differently that is working better than before?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to put a finger on something like that's really changed, but I think everybody knows when you're not really winning the games is difficult. But for me, as like a newcomer, I sense the group is really good. We come together, and yeah, we trying to stay together in difficult moments, and I think that's one of the strengths of this team. And from there on, you know that you're gonna win some games, and yeah, we won 2 in a row now, and we have to keep working hard and keep improving a lot of things to keep winning the games.
You mentioned this is going to be only your second game in Champions League. From the outside looking in, what is so appealing about this competition?
I think this is yeah, one of the biggest competitions in Europe and the world. So I think it's a dream for every football player to play in this competition, and yeah, for me to have that opportunity is a great one. And but yeah, we have to focus on the game and not think about that. So try to perform and to do our best.
Hey Cody, I was just wondering, obviously you came to the club and it's had a bit of a difficult, tricky spell. Jurgen Klopp has managed that spell. The 2 results performances seem to be suggesting that the team are possibly back on track, trying to achieve what they can do. I was just wondering what he's been like with the players, what he's been like with you, because he's told us, that various meetings and everything else has been taking place, and the positivity that he's tried to put back into the team.
Yeah, what I said before, when it's difficult, then a real team is showing up, and I think this is one of the teams. We really stick together, and even though it was difficult, we try to stay positive and try to keep helping each other in difficult moments, and at the end that will result to better things. And I think just in time we start winning the games again. And now we have a big opportunity to show that we are back on track.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Cody. Recently you've been playing as a central striker a lot, but in Holland you played a lot on the left. So what conversation do you have with the manager about what position he sees you best in, and what position do you think you're best in?
Yeah, obviously I played, I think, the last 3 years on the left side, but at the World Cup and under Louis van Gaal, I played already in the center. So I already tried to adapt to that, and then when I came here, yeah, I spoke to the coach, and he said it's possible to play on the left or in the center, and yeah, I started playing in the center. So I tried to adapt to that position as quick as possible and improve, and yeah, try to do my best.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, big press conference.
Sold out. Should sell tickets.
Should have sold tickets. They wouldn't pay. Before we get started, as with Cody, there's a roving mic, so if you can raise your hand if you want to ask a question, and just But time is limited, so if you could, after you ask a question, be prepared to pass the mic on to the next person, you'll be helping your colleagues. Vinny?
Jurgen, there'll be various words used to describe this one ahead of the game, I would think. You've probably had revenge mentioned to you already, but I just wonder, with what's gone before against Real Madrid in your time here, what does that do for the mindset? What does that do for the mood within the dressing room ahead of the last 16 tie with them?
I don't know. There are different things that happened to us with Real Madrid. If you want, to me, Dortmund. I have Dortmund already a Real Madrid story, and one of the biggest clubs in the world, most successful clubs for sure. Won this competition, I don't know how often, and super experience. And our own story now, just recently, if you want. So we played this final in Paris, and I didn't watch it back since then, until this weekend. So the thing I realized immediately, now I know why I didn't watch it back. So, but I had to. It was proper torture, because we played a good game, and we could have won the game, and that's a decisive word. We could, because we didn't. They scored a decisive goal, we didn't, and that was the reason. You could see in this game how experienced Madrid is, how little they are fussed by the fact when the other team has chances. They don't lose confidence in 1 second. They know our chance will come. They are there for that. Then they defend with legs, deep defending together. So this is this team, and that's the competition, and that's what you can learn from them, definitely. But that's 7-8 months ago. Before that, the last time when they knocked us out, we played there on the training ground and here in an empty stadium. Here the game was really good. Was a really good 0-0 where we let them run. Let me say it like this: we let them work hard for the money, and that was good. But this is now different teams, same clubs, different teams, different times, and so there's a history. In the last few years, one of us was kind of always in the final. That's how it feels, at least. And usually, if you want to go to the final, it's always you have to kick us out or them. This time we play each other, so let's see who can go through.
Just checking team news, how's Darwin? Any chance that he'll be available to play?
There's a chance. From all the possible scenarios, apart from being absolutely nothing, that's not the case. We have to see how he can deal with the pain. And when we know that, we have to make a decision.
Tom?
Yeah, obviously it is different teams and whatever, but you've got the feeling that you've wanted to play Real Madrid at a full Anfield since 2018, since you lost to them in the final, for them to actually come here and your team to be absolutely firing against them.
Yeah, if that would be a one-leg game, just at home against Real Madrid, I would exactly say that. But I cannot. I played in a full Bernabeu as well, and that's a pretty impressive audience as well. Let me say it like this. So that will help, hopefully, tomorrow night. And I know our people will give their absolute everything. I can't wait to play the game, really. But going then to the Bernabeu is a tough place as well to go. So they turned around a lot of things. So and we don't even have a lead yet. So that will be really hardest work. But who cares? It's Champions League, and it's how I said, it's one of the biggest games in the world. At least one of the biggest game I ever heard about. And with the recent history with one of us in the final, and quite successful in the competition, difficult to play against, grinding results out, all this kind of thing. It will be a top football game, and I'm really happy that we can play it now. Like 4 weeks ago, it would have been different, but life is all about timing, and maybe we found back our feet right in time for this game, even when I would have expected us to be ourselves as well, even if we wouldn't have won the last two games, because it's a different competition and you have to use this opportunity. But so now we have these two results, and hopefully we can build on that. But we need to play a super game. We need to play two super games, to be honest, to get through. But I have no problem with that, because if you don't play your best, you don't have a chance. Real Madrid doesn't have to play their best and still have a chance, and that's the difference, and that's pretty special. But I can't wait.
Mike?
Jurgen, how much encouragement do you draw, not just going into this Champions League game, but for the rest of the season? The last two performances and results, Liverpool looked a lot more like a team again.
True, we did, but we still have to prove that point. So that's how it is. Now that's a different competition, and whatever we can take. But then after that is Crystal Palace. So we need results. There's no shadow of a doubt. We were already in a similar situation. I don't say performance-wise, but result-wise, we're in a similar situation directly after the World Cup break. I think with the 2 wins, look like now we are there. So we have to prove that point. But you're right. It looks different, and we feel it, and we see it. Helps the mood massively. And from here we have to go. So that's how it is. But for tomorrow night, whatever we would have done at the weekend, I would have expected us to fight with all we have, because this is you always work so hard for qualifying for the Champions League. So I really think you have to cherish these moments where you just think, okay, that's Liverpool, Real Madrid. We all dreamt of that. We all did. And that will never change, that it will be a special game. And so, I expect Anfield on their toes, to be honest. I'm really happy for the people that they saw us in a better shape the last 2 games, that they have a bit more things to look forward to. And let's go together again.
Paul Joyce?
Jurgen, would you...
Sorry.
Sorry, Joyce, I'll give it. Would it be fair to say Carlo and Real Madrid are probably the ultimate test in European football? Give it all the experience and everything what you're just saying there.
Yeah, they are. They are. So what I said, somebody told me, I don't know even if it's true or not, but that Carlos said after the final with Liverpool was cool, that they know exactly what they will face. After the final, before the final, I don't know exactly. I watched the game back now. If with knowing exactly what we will do, we have to win this game. We didn't. For the one reason that we didn't score and conceded. But apart from that, we should have won this game. But Carlo is the most relaxed manager I ever met in my life. One of the best people you can meet. Fantastic person, humble person, super smart and nice. And obviously his man management is a completely different level to all of us. And I respect that a lot, I admire that a lot. And so, yes, with this world-class team, which they were last year, brought in super exciting young players, struggled a bit in the Liga. I don't know if you can call that struggling, but Barcelona is just a few points ahead. But apart from that, they are always super competitive and super difficult to beat. And so, yeah, this combination is a difficult one. That's true. But I think it makes absolutely sense to try it anyway.
Jurgen, did you watch the game on your own?
Unfortunately, yes.
On your own, yeah.
Yeah.
And you said that you saw no sign of Madrid panicking during the game when they had. So how do you change that? How do you, in this game, make them feel vulnerable? Is it the intensity that you play at, or?
So in general, I don't think you can make this team panicking. So because there were enough reasons. So the chances we had and the saves Courtois had to make, that's where somebody could think, oh my God, we have to close this gap or close this gap. Even what it looked like, what held us a little bit back was the fact that it's a final. So we didn't take enough risk in little moments. We were not adventurous enough. We were super protective because the counterattacks, the possible counterattack threat, rightly so, we saw with the goal. But so analyze is always super easy Because now, especially with a year later, you can tell, oh, here we could pass this ball, and here if we pass that ball. But it was a little bit, when I watched it back, it was a little bit of feeling. So here and there, the extra spark, and we could have made this thing. But again, it's Real Madrid, and we cannot play this game without respect and just say, who cares? White shirts and the badge on the shirt. There's Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, whatever, Benzema, Vinicius, Valverde. So it's like all of them absolutely world class. Now they have Germany coming out. It's just it's a really well set up team. So and that's why it's so difficult. But it doesn't mean it's not possible. So we tried it in a final, but in the rounds before when they played City and PSG, I think both games looked definitely like game over, and it wasn't. And that's their quality. And if you win the competition, some of their players won it 5 times. Yeah. Yeah, you probably think you own the competition, and they're probably right. I'm not sure, but we do still want to give it a try.
We've got a lot of hands up. We won't get through everyone, so I apologise for that. But if we can go to the gentleman in the red, please.
Jurgen, I believe you have been following what's happening to Vinicius in Spain, the constant abuse towards him.
No.
You're not?
No.
Okay. Some people say that what's happening, there is a factor that an aspect of his game is sometimes provocative, that creates some reaction. And you have faced Vinicius in Real Madrid 3 times. I wonder if you have ever noticed any provocative behavior from him?
I know, I understood the question. That he's doing something on the pitch which could cause what kind of things happen to
so
races?
people are, yeah, most of the time,
There's
yes.
nothing in the world who could
Exactly.
justify that.
Exactly.
Whatever he's doing on the pitch, I don't know, but it would be nothing. So I don't think. Imagine I would say yes, this part of his game could cause. That's completely insane. No, nothing. As far as I know, he's a world-class player. You should not leave him a lot in 1-1 situations or alone. He was that night with a really young age. Didn't get fussed by the way the game went, like that they were not always dominant, stuff like that. He was there in the decisive moment. I'm pretty sure that makes him already a Real Madrid legend at a very young age, and I hope he's not fussed by any idiots who say something about him. But I hear that now the first time. I don't read these kind of things, to be honest.
Much appreciated.
Dave Maddox.
Jurgen, when you looked at the game, one of the features when you do look it back is that the atmosphere was so wrong for a final for obvious reasons. And it should be a celebration, but it clearly wasn't, and that affected the whole atmosphere. I just wonder whether you feel it's important that maybe Liverpool fans get the chance to have that celebration in this game at Anfield instead.
Yeah. Look, I don't think we needed the Paris game to make this a special game. So there's a normal sports spill open. So we lost the game, and that's the good thing about sport. You want to put things right, and that's what we tried. That's all. There's nothing what happened in the Paris game around was responsible for Real Madrid. Nothing was responsible of our people. But that game wouldn't have happened. This would be a massive game tomorrow night. It would be. Our people are football people, and Real Madrid is in town, and celebrate this kind of event in the best possible way, how we did it over the last years. I can't wait for them as well to just enjoy that. The Real Madrid fans who come here should be welcomed in the best possible way. Go out in the city, be in pubs and stuff like this, and enjoy your time here, and come to one of the most historical football places in the world. And enjoy yourself. So that's right. And then 2 top teams face each other. So I can't see why the Paris final should be a reason to enjoy it more, I don't know. But I think we spoke enough about the Paris final, about things what happened there, and you're right, the atmosphere, I watch it back, but I watch football games without sound. So I cannot say anything about the atmosphere in that moment. But as I said, I heard a lot, and the mood people arrived in the stadium after making it into the stadium was absolutely not for watching a football game in the end. And so that's why this day should have been completely different. So, but we all know that.
Last one, so gentleman at the end of the row.
¿Qué tal, Jurgen? Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Hi, Jurgen. Good afternoon. You've faced up to Vinicius. He scored 3 times against you. Madrid have some great players, but do you have a special plan for Vinicius? Because he's the sort of player who can cause problems for you. Do you have any special plans for Vinicius, given his 3 goals in 3 games against you?
You try to deny passes to them, but the problem what we have is a little bit like if you can defend Vinicius properly, then there's Benzema. If you can defend him as well properly, then there's Valverde or Rodrigo or whoever. If you can defend all 3, then Toni Kroos fires the ball from 25 yards in the far corner. Luka Modric has an idea and goes through. So that's the Tchouaméni picks up a ball and fires it from 25 yards or arrives in the box and heads it in. So that's how it is with world-class teams. They have world-class players, and you have to defend them collectively, and that's what we will try.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.